because I use a lot of micros in my fishing, whether it's method feeder fishing or paste fishing, Pro Paste is always in my bait bucket. It's like a binder in a way. It's got fish meals and fishy flavours in it as well, but the main purpose of it is as a binder, and on its own makes a really good paste as long as you mix it fairly wet. But when I use it for my method mix, what I like to do, I've got some just dampened 2mm pellets here, and sometimes they're not sticky enough, depending on how much water you put with them, but sometimes you have a feeling in yourself that the pellets just aren't sticky enough. You might be fishing in deeper water where you think your pellets are coming off on the way down. Well, that's the time when to put a bit of Pro Paste in your soaked 2mm. So the way I do that is you've got to work it in a bit. It's no good just sprinkling it on your 2mm and giving them a good shake, because that's not really working it into the pellets. So the way I do it, I've got about a pint and a half of 2mm soaked pellets there, and they've just been soaked with water and they've had their hour to absorb the water. And what I like to do is sprinkle about a tablespoon full of Pro Paste onto the pellets, roughly. I don't measure it out. It's about enough. Don't overdo it, because if you can get them too sticky, but around about a tablespoon I find is about right for a pint and a half of pellets. And you can see that on there. Now give them a good shake so it coats all the pellets. You can hardly see it in there, they're just a bit dusty now. But then what you want to do is just get in with your hand and start forming soft balls, if you like, and then break it up, and then repeat the process half a dozen times or so. And what this does is, because you're tightening the balls, it starts making the Pro Paste really sticky, and you'll see your pellets start to bind together. See what I mean? Already now they're beginning to bind together a lot better. Don't squeeze them too tight so that you can't break the balls up. You never want any lumps in your micros. It's got to be all broken. You've got to be able to break it up so it's breaking down on the bottom once it's in the water. But just 5 or 6 times, and that's about it now. You need the Pro Paste into the pellets. As I say, it's no good just sprinkling it on and shaking it up like I did then. You've got to get your hand in there and start forming balls, and then you'll find that they start sticking together, and they are now perfect for the method feeder. What I need my mould, and I'll do my method feeder up, show you the way I like to do it. So first of all, I'll put the hook bait on, which is of course a single 4mm expander pellet. And then by filling the mould enough just to cover the insert and putting your thumb on it, and then offering the bait into the middle of it, and then piling it on for the last helping, and then just offer the feeder into the mould, giving it a good squeeze with 2 thumbs, and then turn it upside down and pressing the button, and it falls, the mould just falls out. But you can see there, that's not going to fall off. You know, you could be fishing into depths over 8 foot deep with that, and I'd be confident that that's going to stay on until it gets to the bottom. As well as fishing the method, I've done videos on using Pro Paste while I'm using a paste bait, and my most recent paste fishing video has been using 2mm pellets as a paste, even like a ball of 2mm pellets soaked down as a paste. But it's essential to put Pro Paste in it just like I've done there for the method. It's exactly the same mix. And then what this does, you can just squash a fairly big sized ball of 2 mils and put them on your hook, and because it's got pro paste in it, it binds it. It's still breaking down when it's in the water, but it just holds it on the hook for longer. So there's the 2 most valuable ways I use pro paste with my 2 mil pellets.